If you could last listening to this whole video, you're going to have a whole different perspective. One of the most important things about ABA therapy is proactive measures, antecedent strategies. Yeah. ABCs of behavior, antecedents, behavior, consequences, right? When you are proactive and you're mindful and you have good pattern recognition so that you can manipulate the environment prior to that child or learner or your baby or your man or whatever reaches that contingency and has to react to that, is the antecedent. You arrange the environment, you manipulate the environment. B, a behavior is going to occur. So whether it's you contacting that antecedent thing that you just set up, or your learner, right? Based off of when they reach that environment or contingency, they're going to behave a certain way, and it's going to cause a consequence. Whether the behavior is going to be reinforced or it's going to be punished. Promise, just stick with me. I just uploaded that video of me explaining my daughter's bottle behavior, and I was explaining how she likes to go in the pantry and she likes to dump the dog bowl and splash in the water. So for me, if I know that she's walking around now and like comes in the kitchen and I know the pantry's open, I'm either going to close the door to prevent that, being proactive, like, oh, there's a possibility that she's going to get in there. And if I don't close the door, then I usually put the table chair across from the door, because the dog food is behind it, so she can't get into it. It's too much effort. So yeah, she's going to see the doors open, and if the door's open, she's going to always be motivated to go in there because she knows she's going to be reinforced, because she's going to be able to have access to dumping the dog food and splashing in the water. So for her to be motivated, that's a highly motivator for her. So what I do, if I don't close the door, she's going to go to the door, try to push it. And naturally, in her natural environment, she's going to realize, oh, when this door is closed, I don't have access to that. So I don't even have to bother, because I know it doesn't work every time I come to push the door. You see what I mean? But when I leave the chair there, she's a little bit more motivated. But sometimes the chair is just easier to slide over, especially if I'm doing dishes, because my hands are wet and I don't want to walk deeper. If I don't have to, I'll just push the chair. You see what I mean? So now I'm considering my behavior, my response effort, but the contingencies that I'm in. Because if I'm washing my dishes, my hands are soaked, and it's like, I don't want to have all this drippy soap on the floor where she could slip, and then it's like, so low effort, high reinforcement. I will slide the chair gladly because I know she's not going to get through it. You see what I mean? The whole point is behavior. There's a couple of variables to consider when it comes to behavior: motivation and response effort. My daughter was highly motivated, will always be highly motivated to go in the pantry, because it's a low effort for her to be reinforced by dumping that ball. Like, nothing's blocking her. She's going to hear the tin of the metal shake and everything spills. And she'd be trying to eat the dog food. So for her, it's like a win-win-win. A win is a win. When you incorporate response effort, right? The more effort it takes, the less you're going to be motivated to engage in that behavior. So my daughter is highly motivated when there is low response effort. So if there's a higher response effort, my daughter is going to not be motivated to try to continue on with that behavior of trying to get to it, because she knows she's going to fail. So she just leaves, right? But my whole point is, since I was proactive, my daughter reached a natural contingency, whereas I'm not directing her. No, I don't have to like bring attention to that behavior I don't want to see. Instead, I'm replacing me having to bring attention to it by being proactive and manipulating my environment by putting the door in front of my pantry, so that when my daughter does reach that contingency, that is kind of telling her no. And it's a chair, so it's like she naturally is going to forget, like, oh yeah, I don't go that way. It's nothing reinforcing over here. It's too much response effort. I'm not motivated. You see? So if you just can take that into your brain, it applies to you. It applies to everyone around you. Behavior is all around us, and we are the ones in charge of our environment, and we can manipulate our environment to make it win for us. Okay? Do you see what I mean?